Hello everyone. So I was watching this video on DistroTube. He is, in case you don't know him, you should know about him. He makes videos related to Linux, mainly Linux, and he's a great guy. I follow him and I do learn quite a lot from him. Today I was watching a video that he posted about Blender, and especially using Blender as a video editor. Now, I have used Blender in the past. I have tried using it. I remember many years ago. I think it was 2007 or 8, or maybe around that time, or maybe definitely around 2010. I came to know about Blender, and I thought I'll probably try it because it was fascinating. It was all about doing animations, and I never really did anything professional, but I have tried animations in the past. Although I was never really successful, or I should say, I was never really willing to spend endless nights or hours and days and months, because you have to spend a lot of time if you have to create something useful. But for the past few months, I was trying not exactly Blender, but a bit of Blender with Godot for creating games. And I have also done around 5 years ago, I have also done video editing using Blender. So I know about how you can use Blender to edit videos, and I think it is great. It is something that will let you do video editing, and I think we should all, what I'm saying is that you should try. If you are watching this video, if you want to watch this video, do watch it, install Blender, and try the tutorial that he has presented in this 33-minute video. You might spend maybe half an hour, maybe 1 hour, and you will actually end up learning Blender for doing basic video editing. And at the same time, I have been using a lot of video editors. I've used a lot of video editors in the past, but I know for me personally, I don't massively although I love, I normally say I hate video editing, but the reality is that I hate spending too much time editing videos, because the moment I start doing it, I end up spending too much time, which I cannot really afford, because I only have 24 hours in a day, I guess, like everyone else. But I want to use my time wisely. I want to spend time on things that I know are going to give me maximum return. It could be my work, it could be doing things that I want to do. And video editing is right now it has not been one of my top priority. So my goal is to create videos, because I do create daily videos, at least 2 videos every day, and which I have been doing for a long time. And I think being consistent in doing something like YouTube is important. It will, first of all, you should do it for yourself if you're passionate about sharing and also learning at the same time. So my main number one priority is to produce videos every day, at least 2 videos without fail. And that is why the workflow that I have is not using any video editor at all. And again, I'm not really saying that you shouldn't, or you should not use a Blender or Kdenlive or Hitfilm Express. In fact, I have used, apart from using Blender, which I used briefly, but apart from using Blender for editing videos, I have done a lot of video editing using Hitfilm Express. And Hitfilm Express is, of course, great, but again, it doesn't really work on Linux. You have to use Mac or Windows. And I have also used iMovie for making simple videos, because it works. And iMovie, the main reason why I use iMovie, if I have to do some proper video editing, when I say proper, where I have to do multiple cuts, or where I have to maybe edit some 4K videos, I think iMovie, there is nothing like iMovie. It is extremely fast, and 4K is like butter smooth. But when I try to do the same level of video editing using Kdenlive on other machines, it is, of course, not really a nice experience. But I don't really make those videos where I have to edit videos, where I have to maybe join multiple clips or clip out few areas or maybe insert some background audio. I basically use I basically make videos where I have to show something to you guys, mostly tutorials. And if you want to try Blender, go ahead, try it out, and maybe you will end up enjoying it. But keep in mind that Blender is actually quite, at least on I'm not really sure about Mac or Windows, but let us take a look at the size of Blender. And I think trying to install it this morning, and I believe it is quite big. I believe it is probably, it will probably, the whole install is roughly, if you look at the size here, it is, the download is 1 GB and install size is again 7 GB, which is quite a lot in my opinion. And in case you never really need to or have to record, or I should say, if you never really have to do anything else apart from doing desktop streaming, then I have a suggestion for you. Of course, you might be familiar with OBS. I have used OBS for a long time, but now since last year I have only used my own shell scripts using ffmpeg. That is it. And I have used ffmpeg for doing not just recording videos, but a lot of things where I actually use it to improve my overall workflow. And I have made videos on this particular topic in the past, but today I thought I'll probably also share my my opinion of using ffmpeg for doing an actual recording of videos, especially if you're making daily videos like me, where you don't really want to spend too much time. So this will actually improve, and I should say it will actually give you it will basically let you create these videos quickly without too much hassle. And again, there is absolutely no editing required. Once I'm done recording this video, I'll probably show you the recording which is happening on the other screen. So this is the recording where you can see that there is a file which is being recorded and generated on this particular location in the home directory of mine. And once I'm done with the video, I'll press Q and the video will be done, and I'll upload it as it is. Of course, I'll also generate one screenshot, which by the way I also generate using ffmpeg. So if you want to learn a bit more about ffmpeg, especially things that I do, you can take a look at my website and go to the search, and just go to ravisagar.in/search and search for ffmpeg, and you will find plenty of posts and examples where I have done wonderful things with ffmpeg. Now, talking about what else or what all I have done, or I'll probably give you an idea. So this is the one video where I talked about how ffmpeg has made me efficient, but do take a look at this particular video where I have shown how you can convert your videos to podcast, which is again a very normal thing to do in ffmpeg. People who are using ffmpeg for a long time, they know that this is like a simple thing. Basically, the thing is that if you are making a video, and if your video is mostly let us say you have a podcast based video, and you also want to upload the same videos audio to your podcast, and you need the audio file, so you can of course generate it manually. You can go to maybe Audacity, and Audacity will probably give you the audio file. But I use of course one simple shell script. And the thing with ffmpeg is that you should not, you can, there's nothing wrong with it, but try to use your own shell script so that you can call these scripts quickly with some parameters if you have to. So I use my own shell script to basically extract the audio, which I do. All my shell scripts are actually in my path. So this is the script, and if I pass in the audio file, the video file, it will actually give me the M4A file, which I upload as it is on my podcast on Anchor. So this is something that you can do very easily. Using ffmpeg, you can do other things like you can split a video, which I do actually quite a lot. Sometimes I am making a video where I have to maybe remove something. So based on the timestamp, I can actually pass those timestamps, and I can create a couple of videos from one video if I have to. Again, a simple thing, but you should know how to do it. if you're trying to become efficient with ffmpeg. And what else? Sometimes I also concatenate, multiple videos. Last year I did a lot of bike rides, and I thought I was just experimenting. So I have one action camera. Where is it? Must be somewhere. So I basically use the action camera on my car or my bike, and then bike. When I say bike, I'm talking about cycle, not really the motorcycle. So when I was biking, I had my action camera with me, and I had multiple clips. So I was not really willing to spend time doing concatenation using iMovie or Kdenlive or other softwares. I basically do it using ffmpeg, and at the same time I also insert one background music. So this is something that you can do very easily. I'll probably show you the blog post where I've shared all the commands. And here I'm talking about using ffmpeg instead of OBS. And I'm saying this because you can actually use ffmpeg for not only recording videos, which I'm doing right now. So right now I'm using this script, which I shared on this particular post. But if I want, I can actually use the same script to, instead of record, right now the output is going to a file, but I can actually also do streaming on YouTube, and the quality is perfect. And imagine that I'm using this 10 or I think 11, 12 years old computer, which is ThinkPad X20, and it works perfectly fine for doing this, which is again not really smooth on OBS. And I've tried Kdenlive in the past. I have also tried, as I mentioned, not only HitFilm Express but also Premiere Pro, because there was a time in my career where I have done some work with graphics and video editing professionally. So, but now of course I don't have to. I prefer using nothing but ffmpeg, which is of course quite fast, especially on this old machine. And you can also reduce the size of your video if you want. Let us say you have a big file, and sometimes you'll be surprised with the compression. It depends, but do give it a try. Do take a look at the commands. I'll probably share the commands. Yes, so on this particular page you will find most of the commands on how to reduce the size of your video, and sometimes you can actually reduce the size from GBs to MBs, which is great. So this is something that I try to do, and you can also do it for multiple files. So for example, let us say you have a folder where you have big MP4 files, and you don't really want to keep those files in GBs. Maybe you want to reduce the size, because why not, without losing too much quality. I think when you do compression, you will of course lose quality, but if you can keep and preserve the quality so that it is watchable, it is still enjoyable, I think you should do it. It is totally worth it. So on this particular page, I have shared few commands. Like, again, if you look at these commands, most of these commands are quite not really complicated, except this script, which is basically for doing the for doing the actual recording. Like right now, the script is actually not really very simple, but it is actually also doing a lot of things. For example, the script here, if you look, I'm sure you should be able to see this spectrometer, which is quite amazing in my opinion, and I've done it using nothing but ffmpeg. You have to pass some arguments. I can also, the script is right now also picking up my desktop audio. Like I can increase the volume, like right now I'm doing it. So this is the song which is playing on my computer using MPD, and I'm controlling. I have my own shortcuts to control the volume. So basically, when I start the video, there is a music playing, and when I end the video, there is also another music playing. And for my webcam, I'm basically using MPV. That is it. So using MPV, you can actually give MPV your webcam source, which is usually dev video 0, video 3, something like that. And if you want to learn how to use your webcam and display it using MPV and also control it, you can look at this script, which I shared, by the way. Basically, this is a script where you can basically, use your webcam, but at the same time control it. So if I want, I can also zoom out and zoom in. Like, this is something that is amazing, by the way. I mean, I love this. And the thing is that I don't have to like edit the video, and I don't really have to, spend time later on. I mean, I don't really mind editing. I mean, I can edit, and I have plenty of experience doing editing on professional softwares like Premiere Pro, and I've done a bit of editing. I mean, for a couple of years, using Hitfilm Express, which is great, by the way. It's like a clone of Premiere Pro. But now my main goal, number one goal, is to save time. And once I'm done with my recording of video, I will generate one screen, or I should say thumbnail, not a screenshot. So basically, using this command, I can actually, I do have, I've shared the scripts before, by the way. So just, look at, I'll share the link in this video that will take you to the website where you'll find, all the scripts and commands. So I generate the thumbnail using this script, and the whole process is going to, I won't be spending more than 15 minutes. That is it. So the video length or the time I spend recording the video is actually the time I spend. That is it. And if you're using if you're using Blender or any software, and making a video is not really a priority for you, you should make a regular video if you want to, if you should. If you are happy doing it. But I think if the main thing that you want to show is maybe the content that you think is relevant, then don't spend too much time editing the video. I think it is not really worth your time where you are importing multiple clips, and especially when you're using let us say Kdenlive, you have to create proxy files, which can take a bit of a time. So especially if you're using old machines like me, I use old machine, and I do have like other machines, powerful machines, but for some reason, because I am quite happy with my ThinkPad X20 and I want to use it as much as I can, and I also at the same time don't really want to spend time on multiple computers, because if I have to make a video using maybe my Mac or maybe my other computer, I can. But I want to save time. I don't really want to spend time doing these things, using different tools like Kdenlive or maybe Blender to create a simple video that I can do in 10 minutes or 15 minutes without any editing at all. So I thought I'll probably share my opinion on this concept of video editing, because everyone is making videos these days. But if you're like me, who is focused more on the content, then do consider using ffmpeg. It will save a lot of your time, and it is fun. It is a lot of fun. And that is it. That is all I wanted to talk about in this video. Thank you very much. Bye bye.